I launched my tutorial company in the month of May, and in the first month of launch, we made exactly 159,490 naira. Now, if you want to find out exactly how I did this and the strategies I implemented so you can do that for yourself and scale your small business, then make sure that you stick to this video up until the end. In this video, we're going to be talking about three main things. The first thing is how I built a profitable online tutorial company. The next thing is the strategies that I implemented to help me scale to over 150,000 in the first month of launch. And finally, I'll be talking about the lessons I learned, in starting the business from scratch and up until the point that we currently are in. So let's dive in. Point number one, building a profitable online tutorial company. Well, before we get into that, what exactly does my company do? What value do we offer? Well, the name of the company is DTA Math, and what we do is we tutor students in secondary school mathematics, only that we don't do it through the conventional method of teaching one-on-one and all of that. What happens is we offer value through online courses. So basically what we did, that my team and I, was we got the scheme of work for classes in secondary school and we made videos on that. The whole concept of it was for flexibility purposes. There's no constraint in time. You can watch it whenever you want. Like, just makes everything easy, right? Of course, we have other packages, we have other benefits that we offer at DTA Math, but primarily that is what our company does. We help students with mathematics through online courses. So I didn't just wake up one morning and think of this brilliant idea to help students with online courses instead of traditional stuff. The thing is, I was tutoring students in the UK before, and I was doing it with the online traditional method where I would, hop on my laptop, Google Meet, Microsoft Teams, however, and I would tutor them. It was going well for a while. In fact, you can watch a video where I talked about how much money I made doing that. I will link it up here. All right. But later on, I was having a conversation with a friend telling him about my business, and he gave a very brilliant idea, which was the whole concept of this, because he said that if you can create online courses, then it would increase the scalability in terms of profit, and then you reduce the amount of time that you spend because you don't always have to be there actively teaching students. But just like every success story, you always hear a failure before that. I don't know if it was a law that was written in the stars, but that's exactly how this one went. I know I mentioned that we launched in May, but it was more of like an official launch. I have attempted to do something with DTA Math before, only that it did not work. So in October or November last year, we sent out the launch, all right? Only that we didn't make any money. We lost a lot of money. I remember spending over 40,000 naira on the launch. That's between advertisements and the website maintenance, and none of it yielded any profit. We got leads from Facebook, only that we did not make a single sale. I continued to persist, and as the cliche story goes, there was a breakthrough, and that's how we're able to hit the 6 figures in the first month that we launched. Enough about that. Let's go over to the strategies that I implemented to help me get here, and how you can apply these strategies as well in your startup or in your business so you can increase your profits. So the first thing is getting a business coach or mentor. I mean, this is extremely important, and you might have heard it before. I genuinely feel in all walks of life you need a mentor, whether that's spiritual, academics, business, but it is extremely important that you get someone that has done what it is that you want to do, or is currently doing what it is that you want to do, and is doing it well. And if you have to pay that person, I tell you firsthand, please pay that person, especially if the person has a track record of success. Like, they will just save you a lot of time. I remember when I started this last year, I was using Seller, all right? So no shade to them, they're really good people and everything. But I was paying about 8,000 naira to host my courses there every single month, all right? And for someone who just started, someone who did not, who was not making any profit, that was a lot of expense on my end. But immediately he came on, the first thing he told me was, what are you using to host your courses? I told him. He said, you can build your website by yourself. And with the drag and drop, that's WordPress, I was able to build my website. You can check it out, dtamath.com.ng, and it's very solid. It does what I need to do, and I pay 750 naira every month. Now you see how much I have saved just by getting someone to help me out. And of course, he helped me out with so many things, especially the next point, which is developing a marketing strategy. And this is no shade, right? But if your business revolves around you waking up and posting all your products on your status every single morning, then I'm sorry, but you are not going to they're not going to blow. The most successful businesses plan out almost every single detail. They have a marketing strategy, they have a funnel, and I'll describe how my funnel is like so you can understand how you can implement it for yours. Before we get into that, what exactly is a sales funnel for those that are not conversant with the term? Well, a sales funnel is the steps and strategies that people have to go through, your potential clients have to go through from when they first see your product, that's when they are cold, when they know nothing about what you do, to moving them to the point where they are ready to make a sale. There is a process in which that occurs, and that process is called a sales funnel. So what we do at DTA Math is we have a sponsored video on our Facebook page, and what we are doing there is just introducing ourselves, telling you that, oh, okay, this is what we do. Is your child struggling with math? This is what we do. This is how we help them. Only that in that video, I don't mention the price. I don't mention that I want to sell anything to them. All I do is offer them a free webinar. And what happens in the webinar? In the webinar, I discuss all the tips, strategies that I have used and my students have used to excel in mathematics. So it's like free content, it's free value, and I don't charge them for it. I just tell them, if you want to gain access to it, put in your email address or your phone number or send us a message on WhatsApp and whatever it is, and we send that to them. And then we get a lot of people that want to, get the video. So you see how we're moving them from people who knew nothing about our business to getting into our WhatsApp contact. Then we save their numbers, and then it's just solid stuff from there. I'll get into that in another video. But basically what happens from there is we give them the free video, and in that free video for about 15 minutes I'm talking about things that they can actually use to help their children get better. And then in the last 5 minutes, guess what I do? I talk about the business, what we do. I talk about how they can even gain more value other than the 15 minutes that they just gained by getting our course. Only that then, I still don't mention the prices of the course. So what I do is I tell them to book a call with me. Alright, so book a strategy session with me. It's on the call where I finally close the deal, where I tell them the price, ask them for their problems, their concerns, and tell them how our products can fit that and how we can solve their problems. And that's how a solid sales funnel would go. So in case you are taking notes, this is the general structure for a business strategy. The first thing is you want to have a post on your social media page. Now, the post doesn't necessarily have to be a video. It can be like an actual post or a carousel where you swipe. But I prefer videos because you can feel my emotion, right? Then in that video, you're talking about just what you do, how you solve people's problems, and you are introducing the HVCO, which is the high value content offer. Now remember, this HVCO is free. You are not charging them any money for it. It can be a plethora of things. It can be an ebook, it can be a course, it can be a webinar, all right? It can be a strategy session with them, assessing their problems and trying to solve it for them for free. It can be anything basically, as long as it's free and as long as it is value packed. So what you want to do is you want to give them value for free. In that HVCO, for 80% of whatever it is that is there, whether it's an ebook or a course, for 80% of it or 90% of it, you are giving them value. It is only in the last 5%, 10%, 15%, however it is, that you are talking about what you do. Only that you are not talking about what you do in detail to the end that they forget everything that they've learned. All right, you're just putting bits and pieces here. Okay, if you think this stuff that I give you for free was good, check this out. If you pay just a bit of money, you can get even more value, right? And then they get on a call with you. If your business requires that, all right, there are businesses that may not require that. So for example, if you're selling perfumes, you may not necessarily need to get on a call with someone. There would be another business strategy that you would use. Of course, I'm just using mine as a model for businesses that are mine, like service-based businesses. If you run a spa treatment, if you run a consulting agency, if you run a social media marketing agency, things like this, right? They would require you to book calls. So do not skip this step. And it's on that call where you wrap up the sale and you close it, and in that call, don't be deceived. What you talk about is their problems. Again, 80% is talking about them. You want to get them to talk. So you're asking them questions. Let me give 2 examples of questions I asked. The first question I asked when I get on a call with them is, what was your biggest motivation in taking time out of your schedule to book a call with us today? So you hear so many things. I've heard so many things. I saw your video on Facebook. It was absolutely solid. I saw your webinar on YouTube. It was amazing. And I know that you can really help my child. Now you see they are pouring out their hearts to you. So you ask more questions like that and you dive deep. Okay, have you found found a solution to your problem before? If not, why are you now looking into this? And if you have, why exactly do you want to change? Why are you looking into something different? Like, you just want to get them to talk. All right. In some other video, I would do a live sales call where I get on a call with one of our potential clients, and whether or not we make the sale, I'll post it on YouTube, right? Just so you can see exactly what we do. So that's an example of a business strategy, and that's what you want to do. This is a disclaimer. It would not work for all forms of businesses. You want to make sure that you think this through, you watch videos, you read books, and you get a lot of information as to how to develop a good business strategy. Now, before we go over to the third step in strategy in business, if you have not subscribed, please subscribe. If you've not liked the video, do that now. So on to number 3, we have delegating. Delegating is basically sharing out certain tasks in your business, all right, to other people, so you can focus on what is actually important. I remember I was doing everything in my business, and my financial coach said, you need to delegate, you need to share some things out. So right now I have like 3 virtual assistants, I have people working on the courses as well, and I have someone running the advertisements. So what may I focus on is creating some of the courses, creating content on Instagram and Facebook, our social media pages, and then I handle the sales call. So basically I'm focusing on the what would directly drive sales to the business. I'm not focusing on follow-up, I'm not focusing on teaching per se. I'm focusing on what would drive direct sales to the business, and it just saves you a lot of time, saves you a lot of energy, so you can now put in all your skill set into 1 or 2 particular things. Delegation is extremely important. The first time I delegated, I hadn't made so much, and I was already paying people, all right, but it yielded a lot of returns because now I could now focus on what actually mattered, and I could get more work done. I can't call 50 people in a day, every single day, but if I hire 2 virtual assistants, they can do that every single day. So now I have more work to be done, and consequently that will lead to more sales. Now, the final strategy for success in business, in my opinion, is follow-up. Now, this is so important. It was only till I focused on this that I was able to actually get a lot of sales. I've come to realize that people need pushing. They need to be pushed. They need to be pushed, right? So some people reach out to us on WhatsApp and say, hey, I saw your video on Facebook, where can you send me the free webinar that you mentioned? All right, so we send the free webinar. Now, the only way they are going to move to the next stage of the sales funnel is if they watch the free webinar. Now, if they don't watch it, nothing happens. I can't really do anything. So I have virtual assistants, like I mentioned, that give these people calls every single day till they watch the video. It's either they watch the video or they say, please stop calling me, I'm not interested. Unless it gets to one of those 2 points, they keep calling them every single day, right? And it has made people move up the funnel, further into the funnel a lot faster, because now it seems like, firstly, we're professional. I mean, you have other people that are calling you other than the person that you heard talking, right? They're calling you every day, trying to reach out to you, things like that, basically. So follow up on your clients is extremely important. Until you hear them say, no, I am not interested, keep calling, keep texting, and calling is extremely beneficial. So finally, we are going to the last point of this video. I mean, if you have reached this point, you are an OG chop knuckle, right? But basically, we're going over to the final part, which is the lessons that I have learned so far. I launched the company officially in May. We're in August at the time of making this video. So these are some of the things that I've learned along the way. The first thing is, don't try to figure it out yourself. Don't try to do that. Like I mentioned earlier, I know you came up with the name, I know you created the logo, I know you thought of the business product, I know you thought of everything, but don't try and figure everything out by yourself. Getting a mentor has absolutely changed my business, right? It has absolutely changed every single thing. Even today that we're making 6 figures by the mercy of God, monthly, I still use the mentor. I still, get help. I still solicit for advice, like how exactly can I make things better and things like that. Like, don't try to figure it out by yourself. Get someone that has done what you are doing or is currently doing what you are doing and is making, a lot of bank from it, and try to suck out as much value as you can for that person. It just saves you a lot of time. Then number 2, and this one is extremely important, just start. Just start. You don't have everything sorted out, but just start. I promise you, everything will fall into place. It will shock you that when I launched the company officially, I had not finished creating the secondary school courses, meaning that I was selling incomplete courses to people, right? Not that they would purchase it and it would be incomplete, but as soon as they're about to pay, or if I see that a lot of people are asking for it, I'll quickly rush or hire someone immediately. Like, please finish off this course very quickly. Do you understand? So I just found that everything was, working out. Everything was working out. I hadn't finished the website at the time I was like sending out courses. Like, everything just would be falling into place. Don't try to figure out everything at the start, and just start as you are. All right, after you've gotten some of the basic things that you need in place, all right, just go ahead. Everything starts to fall in place as you go on. So the third thing that I learned is learn sales/marketing. Forget all those things that is focus on only the product. That's nonsense. So learn sales and marketing, because your product can be really good, but if there are no eyeballs, like I mentioned earlier, then it is a waste of time, waste of money, waste of effort. Learn the art of sales, learn the art of marketing. One book that completely changed my life was Sell Like Crazy. I think I mentioned this earlier, by Sabri Subi. Get it, read it like 3 times. And please, if you've read any books on sales marketing, please leave them in the comment section so myself and of course other people can learn from that. But learn sales and marketing, learn how to get your product, your good product, into the faces of people, and that's really at the end of the day how you can capitalize on what it is that you're doing and make a lot of sales. Then finally, and this is one of the most important, be honest. Don't sell to everyone. So if, for example, you're selling clothes, right, you might be able to sell clothes to every single person. But if you're offering a service-based business, all right, you would not be able to provide your services for everybody, right? Be very honest, and don't sell to everyone. It's not about money. At the end of the day, it's about providing value. That's the only way you are going to get better. I'm not saying don't focus on money. I've been focusing on money since, right? But I do not leave out the value proposition part. Go for big party, because that's what gets more clients. I mean, it's more than what you do in marketing. There are clients that would come through referrals. There are clients that would come through goodwill, things like that, basically. And it's because you're honest. I remember the first sales call I had, the first ever sales call I had. It was during a particular midterm break. I was on a call with this man. He had 2 kids. He wanted the course, all right? Only that they were on midterm break for only a week, and they were going back to boarding school, right? I told him I could not sell the course. In fact, I didn't even tell him the price of the course. I told him I could not sell it to him, all right, because your children cannot complete the course in 1 week. And he said their school did not allow phones and tablets and things like that. So you were just going to waste your money. And at the end of the day, you'll be angry with me and be angry with yourself, and you'll just be bad business for me, basically. It's extremely important that you are honest and you say, respectfully speaking, I can't sell to you because of this reason. You can know a bad customer before they even get on board. You don't want people that will give you stress, right? And you want people that are a perfect fit for your business. So we talked about 3 main things in this video. We talked about what my tutorial company is, DTA Math, what we offer, the value we give, and all of that. Then we went over to talk about some strategies in which you can increase your sales in business. And finally, I talked about the lessons that I learned so far in my journey working on this company. If you haven't already, please subscribe. Please like this video if you enjoyed it, and you are going to be getting a lot more content from me. I know that I was off for about 3 months, but it was because of equipment issues. I didn't have a good phone and all of that, but I mean, by the quality, I see that sharp, right? But basically, we're going to be posting more content often, and if you want me to post any type of content, leave a content topic in the comment section. I generally make videos on finance, personal development, and lifestyle. I'm also getting into a bit of the faith, that's Christianity and all of that. It's going to be powerful. Stay tuned for that. But that's all from me today. Thank you for sticking till the end. Take care. Peace.